back to the Cricket Podcast. It's the Reverse Scoop, Cricket Weekly. Let's go, team. What's going on?
Adam, we're celebrating you, bro. It's for Adam right here, man.
Wait, is it meant to be music playing? I don't know. They might hear it. I don't. I'll just dance. I don't think I can't hear it in my headset, but I think they might hear it.
It's the background music, man. I don't think you heard it, but I'll send it to you. So that's the celebratory music for Adam right there, getting a spot on the Seattle Orcas Pod Squad as a collaborator with this amazing content. So Adam, it's all about you tonight, bro. It's all about you tonight. Celebrating you. How you doing?
Let's go. Good, man. Very good. Very good. So
good,
yeah, it's
good. If you heard some of that song, I want to ask the viewers. I don't know if they heard that song or not. If they heard it,
no, in the chat, I have. I don't hear
in
the
the video.
No, I
didn't hear it.
No.
That's really.
So yeah,
really
I don't know. Did you make one of your special AI songs?
I did. No, which sucks. It was playing loud and clear on my side, so we'll try and figure that out for you guys. I'm not sure. We'll let's see if it plays again.
Oh, now hear it. Yeah, that's it.
There you go. I just know what you guys think of this, guys.
That's pretty good, man. Wow, that's pretty good, bro. I like it. Wow. Oh, solid. You know what it's giving me? It's giving me Pokemon theme song vibes.
Yeah, you're right. Right at the start, right?
Yeah.
Drop your thoughts in the comments, guys. Questions for Adam.
Wow.
Drop them in the comments.
That's awesome. Yeah, let's go. This is the game that lasts all night. Under the lights with the crowds roar. Every run, every catch leaves you wanting more. Every run, every catch leaves you wanting more. Let's go. This is the game that lasts all night. Wow. That's awesome, bro. That's sweet. The MLC needs to pull that off as their anthem.
My man Adam over there.
The MLC needs that to have them as their anthem. The MLC, that should be their intro to all their games. Because like as a matter like think about the baseball, football. They have like those dun, 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 whatever. Like in Australia, we have rugby league and cricket. They play a theme song for the football and for the cricket. That could be the Major League's theme song.
Yeah. No, let's see, man. We'll try and push this. I'll create one just for MLC and I'll create one just for Seattle Orcas, man. So you can like show it to them. Maybe they'll take it up on with their anthems, you know? Because this is
if you send me
creating it.
Send me the audio file. We can make a video for it for sure. Yeah.
Awesome, dude. That sounds good. I'll send it to you.
Yeah. That's the stuff right there.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So first off, man, congratulations, on this big win, big breakthrough. 2025 Major Leagues, Seattle Orcas. What do we got going on, Adam? What's the collaboration looking like? What are the plans, man? Let the viewers know.
Yeah. So doing the same thing that we have been doing, but doing it with the Orcas shirt on. So doing collaborations with them. The goal is still the same. Educate Americans about cricket, have that baseball cricket crossover, try to get more Americans involved in the sport, learning the game, understanding the game, and inevitably tuning in and coming to watch the games, you know. So that's really the goal. So making videos for them, you know, like kind of comparing cricket to baseball. Like, for example, one of them is talking about Ryan Rickleton, you know, and trying to do the crossover with, he scored 200 runs in South Africa and he was at the crease for 10 hours. So things talking like, you know, the average baseballer gets 10 to 15 minutes at the plate every game. Like, imagine if you were at the plate for 10 hours. You know, Ryan Rickleton, you know, American Orcas cricket player, batted for 10 hours, you know, but don't worry. You're not going to have to watch 10 hours when the MLC rocks up. Games are 4 hours long, that kind of thing. And then doing that for all the players, like this kind of interweaving the players and the club in with baseball and trying to get, you know, highlight videos and explanation videos in front of Americans so they can get more involved. And then, you know, and then obviously the big stretch of the Indian audience, getting them involved in MLC. I am getting a lot of traction with Indian base, following the IPL and things like that. And yeah, just trying to help a club reach more people, you know, because we do a lot of views on the channel, just me talking about whatever I can when I can about cricket. Yeah. And, you know, I want to help other people grow. So
love it,
yeah,
man. I love it.
That's what's going on. Yeah.
Superstar in the making right here, man. We're going to see Adam, you know, doing big things this season and in the future seasons to come. You know, check out his Instagram handle. You know, it's Adam Bannon Cricket USA. And you know, give him a follow there. The content is amazing. Puts out amazing short form content. And you know, we're going to continue to grow this, you know, game that we love here, and you know, get to the heart of the culture of the sport here, right? Because we've been at it for years, and we're trying to just, you know, make waves. So this is such a big news for, you know, me in particular, and Adam, obviously, right? Because just seeing, you know, the hard work that he's put in, and now, you know, getting paid, you know, some of the worth, it's really good. So, you know, want to encourage you guys out there too. You know, get into, if you you know, are excited about content, you like doing it, get out there, man. Start teaching people. The only way to, you know, grow this game here is by, you know, you coming out there in front of a camera and doing what you can to teach people, you know, about the game. So, Adam, talk a little bit how about this opportunity came about, man. How did they reach out to you? You know, what happened?
Yeah. So the Orcas were literally like, if we go back all the way to the start. So the story goes, USA beat Pakistan. I hadn't touched cricket for many years. The last time I had played cricket was with you back in like 2015 or something, when we played that one time out at Cloud Valley. Yep. And I made my first video, and then I made my subsequent videos, and I got, you know, started getting thousands of followers on TikTok. The Seattle Orcas were one of the very first people to follow me, like, period. Out of all the people, like, they were in the first 1,000 followers. They followed me in that first 1,000. And then they were liking my content. They were following along my content. And then, you know, it grew to over, like, it's 20,000 now, but quickly it grew to 10,000 quite quickly. Yeah. And, you know, no one, like, MI New York commented on one of my videos, their Instagram page, which is it's quite large. I think it has over 100,000 on TikTok. Yeah. And yeah, obviously some of those videos got attention of some bigger, you know, verified accounts and whatever, but the Orcas physically followed me from the start. So, and then it wasn't until, you know, recent times, since this whole TikTok ban, that I really started posting full time on Instagram and taking Instagram seriously. And then through Instagram, they just reached out to me one day. I mean, they had been following me for a while, but they reached out to me through Instagram. And yeah, they're like, hey, want to connect, you know, talk to you, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, sure, we'll hook up a meeting. So we hooked up a meeting. And then I went through and had a, you know, about an hour conversation or so with them, and sent them back, you know, a list of things that I could offer and ideas that I had. And then eventually back and forth, New Year rolled around, a little bit of waiting, a little bit of figuring out what was going on. And eventually we kind of settled on, hey, yes, we want to work with you. Hey, yeah, we'll send you some stuff. We'll get you in, you know, Slack channel. You can kind of check out what's happening with the social media team, and you know, yeah, obviously it has been slow because there's not a lot of news over that Christmas period, but obviously now things are picking up. And then yeah, just like, hey, I'll do this many videos, and we'll do that first, and then that'll kind of be preseason, kind of educating, trying to get you guys more views and more followers on your channel. And then when it comes to season, we'll then reevaluate on season, you know, what we can do there. You know, obviously I'd like to do the goal would honestly be just to like do full-time cricket stuff where I'm able to like watch a full game and comment on a full game and do analysis on a full game, you know. So like right now, you know, that's not happening. You know, I work my regular job, and then in between checking out the IPL and making videos quickly when I can. But the goal would be to like move it further along where I'm doing this more full time. So
yeah, I mean, I think one thing where you can probably add more value there, right, is by just asking to see if you can get access to some of the players to do like short form content with them, even, you know, coming with smaller clips. So I don't know if that's been discussed with them.
Well, yeah. So an unofficial, very, very, very unofficial, but my mate Hamid Singh follows me on Instagram. He was in the comments. He commented on my video. He's like, well done, bro. And then I commented back to him, and I said, new goal, see if I can face an over against you this year. And then he liked that. So nice. Hamid Singh, we follow each other on Instagram. He's my favorite
video
bowler.
Idea right there, man.
He's my favorite bowler. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So that's the thing. Like a lot of this, the gap between literally where we are per se, and then where Cricket District is, you know, as cricket, we call Cricket District as the top cricket content creator. It's literally just a higher quality camera and someone to record the opportunity. Like have the opportunity there and have someone to record it. That's really the only thing stopping me from making more content. Like I'd be able to make more content if I had someone to film me play cricket. Because all I can have right now is me setting up a camera 60 feet away that's filming me.
Right.
No one's like actually videographing me. And then it costs a lot of money. Like I called up some local videographers, and it's like $1,000 a day to have someone come out and do videography for you full time, which is what you would have.
Expensive,
like with these YouTube channels essentially are just amateur videographers, or they learn along the way, they get better, but essentially one person's filming and then the other person is on the screen, or they have multiple cameras set up, or they have someone that's walking around with them helping film and then edit. So it's like, it's just the resources. If the resources are there to help fill the gaps, you know, you and I, anyway, we can make content infinitely.
Yeah,
but exactly. It's the like we make an hour podcast here every week, but it takes 4 to 5 hours to re-edit that material. Exactly. It takes more time to edit it than it does to actually produce it. We'll actually just hit the record and record it. So,
yeah. Well, the goal for content creators is for us to obviously be in the future to have a team, right? The bigger team we're going to have in the back end and resources, and, you know, to hire, you know, an editor, to hire somebody who can actually do the videography stuff. That would make things easier. But again, it's, you know, one step at a time. And, you know, as doors open up for you like this one did, I think that those, you know, hurdles will start to get cleared, man.
Yeah.
You know, and you'll be putting up much content. But before we get into it, let's get into some comments, man. We got some people in the chat here. You know, you got Ajmal Khan saying big respect, big fan. Thank you, Ajmal. We got Imran Hussein, who usually tunes in every week, checking in from Trinidad. He's got a question. What's going on with Pakistan boys in New Zealand? We talk about this every week. Man.
We gotta touch on this Pakistan thing for right now. I should have sent you this clip beforehand, but Alyssa Healy was on the Willow podcast, and she was like, "Did you see the 6-year-old Pakistani girl?" Yes, amazing. Yes. Yeah, and she's like, this girl's better than the whole Pakistani team.
She was like, her technique, like she's hitting the ball further than I ever can, you know?
Snap of the wrist, like the straight drive.
The Rohit Sharma like pull, you know?
Yeah. I was like, wow. I saw that video, and I didn't think that would really get around the traps, but it did.
No, that girl is pretty talented, man. I saw that video a while back, and when I saw this, the Australian Willow podcast kind of do a clip of it, I was like, man, this is good. I'm glad they picked it up.
Yeah. There's another little kid. There's a couple kids that I follow, actually. There's another Indian boy. He does a lot of stuff. They set up all the cones for him. And they'll be like cut shot, pull shot, straight drive, cover drive, hook shot, and he's like doing all the shots. And then there's another little kid, South African boy. He's like 5 or 6, and he can cream it, absolutely cream it. Yeah, they just throw anything at him, and he'll hit it, and they throw him catches. He catches it. He's 5 years old. He's loving it.
Oh, dude, there's amazing talent. On my last trip to Pakistan, I met this 5-year-old, boy who's just insanely talented. I did a small vlog about him a while back on my Facebook. You guys will find it. And kid was crazy talented, and it's hard to see that talent doesn't come to the forefront all the time. And the grassroots is there, man. It's so deep and vast, and it's such passion of the game, over there. And normal everyday people that it's in their blood, and every kid, that's what it is. But yeah, Team Pakistan, man, Imran, it's they've at least won one game, that young team. The kid got 100, Hassan Nawaz, so shout out to him. He was a good find, and I think played at a 200 plus strike rate, which was showing Babar Azam and his deputy Rizwan, right, batting at 120 strike rates for their career. So the kid is a good find, and I think they will do well, going forward. But he's saying, did you see the boys in the Iran qualify for their 4th consecutive football World Cup? I'm sure they did. Do you know about this, Adam?
No.
Nope. Iran qualified apparently for the World Cup.
Literally, like I have the only contact I have with the outside world is my Willow TV app. I don't have contact with the outside world. Man, I just watch clips of the IPL when I can.
Willow's got to start covering golf, rugby, football.
Bruh, I can't even. I could have watched like the IGL, like that indoor league, but I just don't have the bandwidth. I just don't. There's like, and I'm sidetracking, but like my rugby team's YouTube channel, they stopped posting like to international, allowing international people to watch the highlight videos. They want you to get the app. They want you to buy the app. I'm like, come on, man. Yeah.
Funny, man. But we got another question here. Who do you think will be the best West Indies player in the IPL this year? Go ahead, Adam. Who do you got? Best West Indies player in the IPL.
Is Hetmeyer? He's West Indian, right?
Yeah, he's West Indian.
Yeah.
How's he done it in a few games so far? I don't know if he's.
He played one game. He came in right at the end for the Royals.
I
think he came right in at the end. He got out towards the end, but I forget who won. The games have been such a blur. They've been such crazy games. I forget who was where, but I mean, I know Rutherford played as an impact player today, I believe. They had Shepard. One of them played as an impact player today, but in a losing effort. But there's just been it's been such good games. Such high scoring games.
Yeah.
I guess except for that original game.
That 500 run game, the 286 and then 242. Like
that was insane, bro. Galore, that video on Instagram has almost 500K views. I made a video for it. Dude. I was like, win the toss, and you're all smiling, and then next minute it's just like brr. Burr.
Boom, 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 boom. He's getting hit everywhere.
Win the toss, they said. Bowl first, they said. No.
Said, yeah.
No, Sunrise Hyderabad were like, yeah, you chose death.
Oh, man. That's so funny.
But like, this is the thing, like with it, I think you've seen in every game now, the first 10 overs have gone for 100 runs. And then you've seen every game except that game, there's been a collapse between overs 10 to like 13. There's been a collapse, and then like KKR couldn't hold on. They were like what were they, like 110 off 10 or something? They were absolutely going insane, and they ended up 177 off 20. Like, what happened there? And then again, same with Richard Pant's team. What's their name? The Richard Pant's team, the rainbow colored ones. They were Mitch Marsh and Puran.
Capitals?
No, the other
Giants.
Super Giants. Yeah, the rainbow team. They
Super
Mitch
Giants.
Marsh and Puran put on 100 plus, and then they both got out, and then their score just got evaporated, and they should have put on 250. They were 100. They were 110 or something, 120 at the 10 over mark. They both get out in the same over or in back-to-back overs, and then Delhi Capitals end up charging them down and winning in the final over, which was an amazing game. What a game that was! That was incredible.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, every match has been, I think between the 5 matches or 6 matches that have played so far, 200. I think out of 3 of them have been just 200 plus across the board. That 286.
They were all 200 plus except for that first one. Yeah.
Yeah, and
but KKR were like I said, KKR were 100 off 10, and then they got rolled. Yeah. So they just threw the wickets away. Yeah. So it's exciting. I don't understand how people can say it's not exciting. Like, let us know in the chat. Do you do you think the IPL is exciting? Because I've talked to some people and they're like, it's not exciting, it's boring. And I was like, in what dimension is it boring? Like, where can you go crazy, and see?
Man. It's 6s and 4s. Entertainment. It's all entertainment.
It's 285. I mean, you do have to put an asterisk next to all of them because the boundaries are smaller, like 65-meter boundaries in some of these fields.
Yeah.
65, 70-meter boundaries are pretty much the maximum. Well, the norm. But still, you got to just do work.
Very short boundaries. Yeah.
Yeah, you still got to do work, and Hyderabad they're going to be insane.
I think Jofra Archer went for like 80 something, right?
Bruh. It's one of those things like,
no, but guy like Jofra Archer, yeah.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where, like, Jofra Archer is not a bad bowler, and people, like, I heard some people, like, people mention, like, the bowling was bad. The bowling really wasn't bad. It just wasn't, like, peak. Yeah. Like, because today when I watched the bowlers, you have to be able to hit that slow ball. Like, the slow balls are the balls that are going to give you the dot balls. You have to be able to bowl a slower ball bouncer. Like, today, they struggled to hit the slower ball bounces. There was 4 dot balls in an over off slow ball bounces. Like, you have to be able to hit the bouncer. You have to be able to, change up the pace, because as soon as it's pace on, these batters are just, elite. It doesn't matter where you pitch it. If it's pace on, they're just going to smack. And it's only a 60-meter boundary in some of these boundaries, 70-meter boundaries. It's going to carry. Like, because Travis Head mishit like 3 6s. Like, even in the spinners.
Yeah.
That was coming off high on the handle of the bat, like high on the bat. But he just had enough power in it and the top edge that it just flew to the boundary, because the boundary was short. If it was at the MCG or at a bigger stadium, they would have been caught.
That's what his pace is, it's deadly, and it doesn't really help. Any edges would fly for 6. I mean,
yeah, any edges
look at these
fly.
Strike rates, right, in that game. The strike rates in that game, just check this out, of Sunrisers Hyderabad's players, right? Abhishek Sharma, 218. Travis Head, 216. Ishan Kishan, 225. He scored a century. Nitish Kumar, 200. Heinrich Klaassen, 242. Ankit Verma, 233. These were their top 6 batsmen. Each
all
of
over
them
200.
All over 200. Every single one of them.
Yeah.
Insane, dude. I've never seen a scorecard like this.
And I think that's something that you've seen during this IPL, and something that you saw different over these the other games. Like, if you're able to put up 5 batters that can just go foot to the floor, you're going to score 250. If you're not able to have 5 batters go foot to the floor and you have a stall somewhere in the innings, it's going to ruin you, because someone's going to eventually figure out the 5 players that are going to get them over the line, especially with this impact player business and being able to, pull someone in if you need to. You know, I think some of these teams are going to struggle if they're not able to get off to a good start. Like for example, Titans today. Like, I don't think Gill should open. I don't think Gill should open in 2020 cricket. Like, that's just my opinion. I don't think you should open. I think you should find someone else that can go a little harder earlier, and then have Gill come in a little later, steady the ship. Because you need someone to steady the ship in the middle overs, and you need someone to go hard early. Because if you don't go, because they were slow off the blocks. They were like 50 off 6 overs, which in regular T20 world is you'd call it normal. Yeah. But we're seeing 70, 75 runs hit out of the first 6 overs, which you need to do if you want to get close to 240, 250 and not have it like die at the end. And that's inevitably where the Titans fell short today. They fell short by like 20 runs or whatever at the end, or they were kind of like 1 or 2 overs short, which would have been affected by if they had someone to tee off at the start. So I don't know who that is directly for the Titans, but I would have, even this might be a little extreme, I would open with Rashid Khan. Have Rashid Khan open the batting and just say, go hammer and tong, hit that helicopter, go crazy for 5-6 overs. If you get out, fine, but you're probably going to hit 4 or 5 boundaries on your way to getting out. Yeah. And that get us off to a flyer. I think that's also an option for them. But
I absolutely agree. No, that's smart. That's smart. And he's wasteless. They didn't even use him, right? Like, he didn't even bat in this lineup, right?
He didn't bat?
It's clever to use him. No, he didn't in that last match, Gujarat Titans and the Punjab Kings. He didn't bat in that match.
They had wickets in hand.
That's right. But they gotta be able to, as you said, use that power play. Even though they did all right. I mean, Gill scored 33 off 14, 74 off 41. But these guys can probably do this and the middle overs as well, who are your better players, where you require your better players to take charge from six overs to 15 overs. In your power play overs, you can send a Rashid Khan and send him, 6 overs, just smash it, man. And then if you get out, we have better players for middle of the power play to go out and, score quicker, because you need better quality in that time to score, at that 200 plus strike rate. So it makes sense. It makes sense, but I don't know if they've outthought that far yet, So they're getting.
They were very smart today. Yeah. To the opposition team the Kings were able to. They essentially, it looks like Ricky Ponting had a target on Rashid Khan, because Rashid Khan bowled 1 over, it went for 20 odd or 20 million. His first over went for, and they took him out of the attack. And then they were like changing around the order to put the spin friendly people into bat, and then saving the other guys for later. And then, I don't know if you saw the wicket, but Maxwell got out, tried to reverse sweeping first ball. And then it turns out that he didn't review it, and it would have been given not out if he had reviewed it. So he got out for a golden duck, and then Stoinis came in and scored some runs, but they were able to shift Rashid Khan out of the attack, which was like a good tactic, because they just said that it appears that Ponting was like, go after him full throttle first over. He did get a wicket, but then he got smacked. Yeah. So.
That's what it is, man. Good bowlers, you got to charge early, but it's if you get into Rashid Khan early, you can score off of him. But if you let him settle, he's just going to continue to, put pressure on you. So it's a tough guy to face. But let's get into some more comments. Imran is saying Palestine keeps their hope alive for qualifying for the Football World Cup when they beat Iraq today. That's big news for them, man. Rooting for Palestine. They need some good news coming their way. So good luck to the Palestinians there. Next comment, will you guys be live streaming during the Women Cricket World Cup qualifiers? Yes, we usually here every week. Imran, we're here 8:30 Eastern time every Tuesday night. So you can join us as you do weekly, and we'll cover the Women's World Cup as well. He says my 2 teams for this year in IPL is the Gujarat Titans and the CSK. CSK were my team as well from the start. My prediction. Since the Dhoni is still there, I think it's I don't see a leader like him still around. As long as he's still around, he's probably gonna get the best out of the players. What do you think here, Adam?
Who's winning IPL?
Yeah, he says your CSK are your two best teams. IPL.
I think the two best teams are probably at this point Hyderabad.
Yeah.
And who else did I like? I don't know. It's his first time for me. I think KKR has some issues in their middle order there. I was
CSK?
Surprised.
Chennai Super Kings.
Chennai Super Kings. They're good. Dhoni is good. Still good with the gloves. What a stumping. Yeah, I just haven't seen enough.
You saw Nur Ahmed? You saw Nur Ahmed?
Yeah. I think one of the big issues with me watching IPL is I'm not familiar with the Indian players. That's probably the biggest thing that holds me back, is that I'm not sure when I see the Indian players, I'm not too sure on them. Whereas I go through all the list of other internationals, I can tell you, oh, okay, you got Janssen, you got Head, you got Butler, whatever. I can at least know who they are. But so I'm just learning the Indian players. So once I'm kind of dialed in on
the local guys, right? That there's not a lot of information about.
Yeah. So once I'm dialed in on who they are and what they can do, then that's even still, even as the Indian batters in general, some of them don't play. Didn't play in Border Gavaskar Trophy or didn't play the T20 league. Like the guy, was it Ishan? He got the 100. He got dropped. He got dropped from MI New York. He got dropped from the T20 international team. And then he goes out and scores 100 for the IPL. And I think the IPL is just stupid good. Like, it's just stupid good. Like, I
think a good way for you to do it would be to post it on your Instagram. Just ask your followers, bro, like, what's going on in the local cricket scene in India? Let them drop some names.
Yeah.
You go out there, you search the names, and you have some names there that you can talk about, at least locally.
Yeah.
That they're talking about. So
I think I'll make more videos, like getting the viewers involved more to kind of get me up to speed, because even like the dyslexia doesn't help either, trying to remember all the names or whatever, and I'm botching the names and botching the places they're from, and it's whatever.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. Let's continue the comments. Have you been keeping up with the ongoing cricket tournament in Pakistan? No, I have not, to be honest with you, Ebron. But you can continue to let us know in the comments, man. There's always seems like a new tournament in Pakistan. So, let us know which one is this. But PSL is coming, actually. Is that if that's what you're talking about? I know that's around the corner. We'll do, some updates on it next week on PSL as well. We need the impact player rule in international cricket. We agree there. Do you agree there, Adam?
Yeah, I'm liking this impact player rule. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm not sure about international level for T20 because, it does get a little iffy. Like test match cricket, they're very clear on the rule. Like, they don't like you going off the field for too long. You have to have a certain amount of time to be back on the field to bowl. So that's one whole scenario. 50 over cricket is kind of similar. T20 cricket, maybe I can get on board with it. Like, I do like it for the IPL. I definitely like it for the IPL. I think I like it for MLC. International cricket, however, it's interesting. I'm considering it. I'm just gonna learn more and watch the IPL more, because the IPL has a lot of different rules. For example, this whole no ball scenario rule, which I think is a joke. Sorry, I got to rephrase that. I don't think it's a joke. I think that the rule itself is a joke and should be changed, not what IPL is doing. IPL, what they're doing, if you're unaware, they're measuring the waist of the batter, and then Hawkeye is determining when the ball comes into the popping crease if the ball is above or below the waist. I think the rule should be, if the ball should be determined if it's a no ball when the ball strikes the batter or strikes the batter's bat. Because when Puran hit the ramp, which is incredible, off Starkey off the no ball, when the ball hits the bat, it is clearly above his waist when the ball hits his bat. But they say, due to this Hawkeye technology, because where it would have hit him on the popping crease would have been 2 centimeters below his waist, which is this far.
Yeah. No, that's stupid. I saw that. I didn't agree with it. Yeah.
I'm like, but it hit his bat above it hit his bat above his waist.
Yeah.
It was the same situation we had the final game of the year.
Yeah,
I made contact with the ball.
Yes.
But before the ball was in front of me because I swung across the line.
Yeah. That was a clear no ball, though.
Clear no ball, right?
Yeah.
But similarly, you could argue that maybe if we took Hawkeye into the equation, the ball may have dipped by the time it got to the stump or to the popping crease. But I made contact with the ball, and Pura made contact with the ball while the ball was above his waist, which I think should be an automatic no ball. Now, if you leave the ball, let's say you leave the ball, right? And the ball goes past you 2 centimeters below your waist, well, then I'm okay with the Hawkeye being used. But if you play a shot and you make contact with the ball above your waist, that should be a no ball. What does everyone say in the chat? Because that's my take on it. I think that's how the rule should be. Because I like the technology, but I don't like the rule implemented on the technology.
Yeah. I mean, it was clear no ball, man. It's got to be the point of impact.
Clear no ball. Yeah, that's what I said. Like clear no ball every day of the week.
I don't know why they're overthinking it and making all these new stuff to create confusions.
Well, I think because technically the rule does state the popping crease is where it is, which we've never had technology to help us. Yeah. So from the point of view of the first umpire and the point of view of the second umpire, if you strike the ball, you don't actually ever see where it would ever end up. So if you strike the ball ahead of you, 3 feet ahead of you, above your waist, that should just be no ball.
Yeah, clearly. I mean, I don't know what they're doing.
So we're gonna make change. We're making waves over here. We're gonna try to make that change, and we're gonna try to make that rule changed because that's a rule that needs to get changed.
Let's introduce it in the Connecticut leagues, man. Impact player rule. I like
impact player rule. No ball
locally.
Rule.
Yeah.
Impact player rule. I like the impact player rule. Yeah, I like the impact player for local leagues too.
It'll be fun,
You just bring up some random bowler. I mean, I think in local leagues, should have some sort of like 12th, 13th man clause because
absolutely.
Like sometimes you get a couple of reasons. One, logistically, it's hard to fill a full 11-man squad. Sometimes people have to leave, so therefore they don't come to the whole game or they leave halfway through the game and you have to have a substitute player or whatever. So that gets rid of one thing. You have an extra man in case someone's going to leave. Second of all, you might have a couple of players that aren't really good at anything. So you're able to rotate them into the side. They're able to field a little bit. You're able to get a bowler off the field, get a bowler on the field. Or similarly, you might have a really good bowler or a really good batter that you could throw in if needed. I think it just helps out. Yeah. I think it helps out. And, because you want to have more people playing the game. And obviously you would have rules around. You could either only bat or only bowl. You couldn't have the impact player do both. You could only come in for one innings.
Plus, I mean, it's just everybody's like committing, right? Usually you have 12, 13 players commit every week to a team or a club, right? And only 11 can play. And everybody, wants to get involved in the game. Everybody wants to play. They work all week. Then they're like, on the weekends, we're going to go play cricket. And if they have to sit on the bench, it kind of sucks for some players. So I think locally it's probably a good idea, to have that rule. So, you can use a 12, 13 player in the game and strategically, like how does this work, based on strategy, like where you can get these guys involved, what their skill sets are, how you can use them. So it's I think there's a lot of ways you can probably, strategize around these 12, 13 guys and get an impact out of that, even for T20 matches, because, it's such a fast paced game that, having like how they have in baseball, right? They can bring a designated hitter in, they can pinch hit, for another hitter or substitute for a fielder. And he replaces them in the lineup when they substitute a fielder. So we can have those types of things going in cricket as well. T20 cricket, I think it's going to be good. It's going to.
Yeah, no, I think that's the way to go. I mean, especially in local leagues, so think about injuries. Think about if you get an injured player during a league game, all of a sudden now you can't bat, you can't bowl, you pull a hammy. Like in the IPL, there's been 3 or 4 injuries already. You know, and they're able to use the impact player rules, which out a fielder and use them, and those impact players have changed the game.
Yeah, exactly. So it's good, man. I think it's good for the game. It's good for the game, brings other team into the game. So let's continue with more comments. Imran says Jofra Archer went for 79. Thank you for that update. Next month or May, West Indies will be going to Ireland and England and then coming back home to play Australia in a 3-test match series. Ooh, that's going to be something we'll cover, Adam, huh? Australia, West Indies. Yeah. So South Africa cricket will tell IPL teams to hardly use their players because of World Test Championship final. We'll see how that goes, man. I mean,
we'll see how that goes.
Right now they're playing. Right now they're playing over there. So I feel Gujarat upset their giveaway Noor. Whatever he means by that. I feel Gujarat upset.
Noor Ahmad.
Yeah, Noor Ahmed. Yeah. Let's keep on going. He's got a lot of comments, man. A lot to say tonight, huh, Imran? I would like to say speedy recovery to the Bangladesh cricketer Tamim Iqbal. Hope he see him back soon on the field. Thank you for reminding us about that, Imran. We wish him all the very best. He had a heart attack on the field. I don't know if you saw that, Adam. He was playing a local domestic game and suffered a heart attack, had to be taken to hospital. He was in critical care.
Wow.
And has been advised, that he's critical for the next 72 hours or so. So,
wow.
Wishing him a speedy recovery and sending prayers his way, man. Feel better soon. Tamim Iqbal, one of the Bangladesh finest. It has a local one, Pakistan Cricket is streaming. He's talking about the tournament. Yeah, it's usually during Ramadan. I know which tournament he's talking about, Imran. It's a Ramadan tournament. They do it at night. So, because of the Ramadan timing. So everybody's fed well at that time, Adam. Just so you know.
Don't get me started. My old man was explaining it to me because he umpires cricket in Australia, and there was some kids on Ramadan, and it was 40 degrees.
Didn't somebody die there? We posted this.
Yes. Someone died. So it wasn't someone my dad was coaching, or umpiring, but he was there was kids, underage kids that were on Ramadan, and they had to keep taking them off the field and putting them in the shade because they couldn't drink or eat. And someone was overexerted themselves, and
it's sad news, man. It's sad news. I posted it on the league group, the Southern Connecticut group. I posted it on the reverse group as well. Letting just people know that we gotta be careful during the season when temperatures are this hot. Make sure we're all hydrated, drinking, have lots of fluids in your body. Just so you can take care of that. We had last year. We had locally a guy here in Hartford, I think, pass away on the field. Heart attack, just that. Yeah. So, this kind of stuff happens around. So locally as well, since a lot of the guys are not in the greatest of shapes, right? When the season comes around, it's hot and, they don't realize it. So it's good that, we create awareness about it and let people know locally how to at least protect themselves, from dehydration and things like that. So Imran saying, did you see in baseball they're using the cricket technology? Are they? I don't know. Which one are they using, Imran? Enlighten us.
So what's happening now with baseball? A couple of things. They're redoing the pitch of the strike zone. They're redoing. Now it's per person, per each individual's knee, per each individual's torso, whatever. So everyone's strike zone's a little bigger, a little smaller, depending on how big and small you are. And now they're using Hawkeye or some sort of Hawkeye for the challenge system. So now you're a batter, you can challenge if it's a ball or challenge if it's a strike. Yeah.
That's a great way, man, because umps get it wrong all the time.
All the time.
Strike, especially in baseball. It's blatant and they get it wrong all the time. I think it's a great idea for them to bring it in. And
they were even if they did some theory, it was 5 to 7% of calls go wrong. And that equates to a certain amount of games being won or lost by 1 run. Because it's so the baseball's so close that even though 5% can cost someone an entire game because it could cost a 1 run, which could change the whole game. So no, I think that's one of the things I was wanting to talk about baseball coming into the season. I was want to make baseball a little better. Well, How about you add some stumps so you could hit something, and maybe add some technology, and then at that point just give him a bigger bat and make him run in, and then just call it cricket.
Give him a paddle, right? Give him a paddle instead
give him a paddle. Give him a paddle. But no, you got to have the technology in baseball. It's too big a sport to not have it. It's in tennis. It's in cricket. You either got, you got to have it.
Yeah, I agree, man. Totally agree there. So next comment, did you see some Australia cricket player was in the Japan Cricket Premier League draft? I don't even know there was a Japan Cricket Premier League, dude.
Wow, I gotta check that out.
This?
No, I gotta check that out.
I know Japan cricket's on the rise. Like I've seen, some social media content regarding Japan cricket. Some their women's team is apparently
who is it?
Okay. I don't know. Like
we're gonna look it up. We'll look it up. We'll look it up.
Japan Cricket Premier League. Wow, this is cool.
Talking about Australian cricket, I don't know if you heard this. One of the biggest rorts ever in cricket is happening right now. It's going a little bit unnoticed from the world because it's happening directly in Australia. The Sheffield Shield. Sheffield Shield is the premier first-class cricket tournament in the world. It's I don't know what can rival it. I don't know. I think it's better than county. Maybe it's up there, maybe one behind county, but it's premier Sheffield Shield. All the Australian players come out of Sheffield Shield. They South Australia right now, I believe, is playing right now. Is playing against Brisbane, Queensland, sorry. And South Australia earned the right to host the home game. Now, if you were South Australia, your home ground is the Adelaide Oval, the iconic Adelaide Oval. That's where you play cricket. That's the iconic game. You think these people, it's been 30 years since South Australia has made a Sheffield Shield final, and they earned the right to have a home final. Well, the AFL, the Australian Aussie Rules Football, had pre-booked a game to be played at that field for the days after the event. And the government and the council and the state premier and all the people involved and the AFL committees and everything were like, we're not going to let you take away our AFL game for this Sheffield Shield game. And so we're not going to let you play on the field. And the greenskeepers and the grounds crew were like, we can get it done. We can drop a pitch in and we can have it all patched up, ready for the AFL. No worries. AFL were like, nah, go get stuffed. And it's one of the biggest rorts, I think, because the Australian government did nothing about it and didn't. It's like an iconic moment in history that should have been sorted out. Yeah. Like they should be playing that Sheffield Shield final today at the Adelaide Oval. It's not. It's getting played down the street at some random ground. Yeah. Which is, I think, absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, it's atrocious, man. I mean, it sucks that this is happening. And I saw another news regarding Australia where I think they were saying that they were going to demolish GABA after the 2031 World Olympics or 2032 Olympics or something like that.
I think I thought I saw that. I think they're going to knock it down and rebuild it for the Olympics. Yes.
Really? I thought they were totally moving to another location in Brisbane because that's what the article that I read, it was talking about, totally taking down GABA and moving to another field in Brisbane or whatever near there.
Yeah, I don't know. So the Olympics is going to be like 2032, I think, is the Brisbane Olympics.
Yeah,
and I mean that's going to be one whole
way, man. Imagine that, right,
bruh? Like, I don't know. Brisbane isn't the place. I don't know how Brisbane got the license to it all, but I mean, you should see some of the stuff they have going for it. Like, I don't know.
Be political, man. It's got to be political. I mean, Australia probably we don't hear a lot of name in politics, but locally, I'm sure there's something that would happen.
The problem with all this stuff is like, yeah, Sydney already had the Olympics. Yeah. Sydney had the Olympics. Sydney has the infrastructure for the Olympics. Yeah. Brisbane doesn't. Brisbane doesn't have everything. They got to rebuild everything. And obviously, they're going to get millions of dollars in infrastructure and this and that and grants or whatever. It's going to build Queensland. But Queenslanders can't even afford to rent houses. They can't afford anything. They're like, poor Queenslanders. Oh, man, there's rough out there for the Queenslanders. So the government don't care about the people. They just want to build big buildings in the city.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. No, good, man. We'll see how that goes. So
we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. We need to have a cricket parliament. That's a good suggestion.
That's a good BCC.
We got Daryl joining us. Hey Daryl, what's going on, bud? Confusion brings money.
Well, that's a one upstairs. That's a thinker right there.
Yeah, I think it's a merch idea for the week, man. Weekly merch ideas, as you guys know.
Confusion brings money.
Here, you know. Hey, that's the only one we've got tonight so far.
We'll have more by the end for sure.
Yeah, let's see. The president of Guyana is the leader of the subcommittee of the West Indies cricket. Cool, good to know. Adam, I want to ask you a question. Is there still controversy between the Australian opener and the Queensland cricket? I think it was Usman Khawaja who had come
I don't
out,
quite
right?
understand what happened here. I heard something in passing. Well, I heard something quickly on Willow.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure what it was.
Yeah.
I don't really know. Like I said,
I believe
a small hiatus from Australian cricket.
Yeah. No, I believe they had announced something which wasn't apparently true, or something that Usman Khawaja probably never did. So it was just, I think he went out. He said he was open about his communication to the media, and then it all blown out of proportion. And then a day later, he was named into the playoff 11 or the semifinal or whatever that match was.
Well, he should be in the playoff 11. I don't know exactly what everyone feels about this, but I mean,
of course he should.
That's his team.
Yeah, but there was issues with both sides going on. I don't know.
Were they complaining because someone had to get dropped to fill him into the spot? That's really what it's about.
Possible, man. But I think it's probably dead now. This issue, but it's what it is. So it says, do you guys have an idea who will be the cricket teams in the 2028 Olympics? I don't know, man. I think USA's in there.
It's going to be Olympics is a situation where they probably play everyone. Everyone will be there. Yeah. Like, it's going to be a situation probably where you have like everyone, Namibia, Nepal, like anyone that's got a country that's coming to Olympics can play. Yeah. Like, you're going to see Samoa. You're going to see, it's going to be random as heck. Yeah. It's going to be random as heck. They'll probably have some giant bracket, huge bracket, and then it'll just be like playoff brackets, or pools. Let's say it's, 10 teams of 6 or whatever. Oh, that's probably too many, but 8 teams of 6 or whatever, and then you play off top 2, move on, something like that. Super. What do they call that? The Super 24.
We'll see. It'll be fun, man. I mean, just
24
at the Olympics in itself. I don't care who wins, who loses. I think just seeing cricket at the Olympics, it's a winner for, I think, every cricket lover, right? No matter where you're from.
Oh yeah.
So, we just want to see cricket get taken more seriously as any other sport in the world. It's the second most watched sport in the world, right? And I feel like we don't get that credit or that respect. So I think it's time to get it, man.
Coming here from Sunny, I feel like the IPL is peaking. The competition is just insane the last couple of days.
Oh yeah.
I feel like cricket's peaking.
They're the leader, man. Yeah, they're the leader of the league's cricket. So, and they have all the money, have all the players. So they're going to put out a good product. It's all about good product. And
thanks,
Daryl said,
Daryl.
Congrats, Adam. He's got you, man.
I do have another point on the IPL. I feel like watching it. It's like, this is what it's like watching a sport where they get paid $2 million a game. When they're paying you, it's like when they're paying $2 million, like $1 million for a year, like international contract, and then they're paying you $2 million for like 5-game contract. Like, you turn it up. It's like you're putting on a show. Like, that's what it feels like. It's like, this is how good they play when they're getting paid at the wazoo. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because one of my favorite ones was Mitch Marsh. I was like, when's the last time he scored 70 runs for Australia? And then now he's paying $2 million in the IPL. Okay, he goes out and scores some runs. I'm like, maybe we just got to start paying him more, keep him around, because they're all going to focus on the IPL because it pays them the most money.
Yeah, exactly, man. It's all about cashing out and maximizing their potential in the least amount of time. So any player would think like that. The game has changed.
It's like Warner. He's going to England for a couple $1,000,000 or whatever, or a couple $100,000, like 400,000.
He's the captain of Karachi Kings in PSL, which starts in a week or so.
Wow.
Yeah, he was named the captain of that team. So it's
wow.
You know, he's
I know English people are not happy that he's coming to he's not keen that he's coming to England.
Yeah, playing the
English
100.
English people are pissed. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure, man. You know, but 100 is still kind of a failure at this point. I'm not sure how that turns out this year, but I don't know if they ever will get close to. You know, I mean, there's a lot of money being thrown around in there. You know, so it could potentially take off. You know, but you never know. We'll see. So he said, Imran says he gave an interview to some Australian news and talk about the physios and some lies. Okay, have some more details there. We might have a cricket Olympics qualifier. Who knows? Maybe that would be something good and transparent. Hasn't the BCCI or the IPL signed a deal with the NFL? I don't think so. I mean, if this would have been huge if this happened.
You might be referring to they did a collaboration. But Boomerang did a video. Yeah, it was months ago, but
I remember that.
They just started reposting it. I saw it recently. Yeah, it was reposted.
I posted that last year as well. It was the Dallas Cowboys defensive end. I forget his name right now. Yeah, you know that, but it was him and Boomerang trying to just do whatever, try to learn cricket. And
I mean, honestly, like cool. That chat was hilarious. People being like freaking out when he was diving for the ball, like, "Oh, what if you get injured?" And well, he did get injured. So
he was a good sport about it, though. You know, such a big NFL star. That's what we need. We need more engagements like that. We've talked about it in so many episodes. You know, so that was really, really good. Williamson might miss a couple of PSL games. Sure, I think he will. Let's get into a little bit about Seattle Orcas updates, Adam. We got a new coaching staff in Seattle Orcas. We got Ian Bell and Munaf Patel joining in on the Seattle Orcas staff, and we got the new GM of the operations as well, Venugopal Rao, appointed GM of cricket operations at Seattle Orcas. So we got a lot of changes coming, man, in the Seattle Orcas franchise, which is, I think, good to see.
Yeah, so that's like a joint deal. So like they have affiliations with the Delhi Capitals. So they're a sub team of the Capitals. So they're working both, I believe, at the Capitals. I saw them at the game the other day. So yeah, I mean, batting coach, solid batting coach there from Ian Bell. I mean, I don't know who else you would want to have better to help.
And Munaf Patel's a World Cup winner, man.
Yeah,
India.
Yeah, so again, another good bowling coach there. So that's really good. And I mean, they've got their 4 internationals have been signed or declared. They're probably going to have more as the time goes on. They got Faruqi, they got Hetmeyer, they got Hundred Klassen and Rickleton.
And they got the local drafts with Jasdeep Singh, Sujit Nayak, Stephen Taylor, Shayan Jahangir, and Rahul Jariwala. That's the local signings for the draft.
So that's in itself solid. Like I definitely feel, and we talked about this before, like as the domestic players, I think they have the best domestic players in the league. The only 2 that would be outside of that would be Andreas Gauss and Netra Volker, which are again on their own islands in other teams. Yeah. But I think they got a really solid group of the USA team in the Orcas. And they have room now for some international players, which would be interesting to see how they go.
They signed a few. They recently signed a few. They signed a West Indian player, all-rounder Kyle Mayers recently. It's about a week ago they brought him on.
Yeah.
I'm on their page just looking at the news. So I think it's Orca, him, and I think even Hetmeyer, Shimron Hetmeyer.
Yeah, Hetmeyer got signed. Yep. Faruqi also.
So Hetmeyer.
I think there's still room. I think there's still room to get more because I believe you have up to 7 internationals, something like that. So there's still room for more there. So we'll see who ends up filling those spots.
Yeah. Any top options, or any insight news, and who can come
No, I don't have any. No, I don't have any insight on who's going to be there. I would like there to be some sort of like draft in a way. I would like that. I mean, that's MLC across the board. I would like to have some sort of, look at who's available.
International draft separately to local draft, kind of deal.
Yeah. like who's still available. Like we like to have to see, because that would be interesting. Because obviously you could have to. I could literally do the math and eventually figure out. Okay, so these players are going here, and these players are available technically. Technically you can rule out all the English players. They're going to be pretty much ruled out because they're going to be in the 100 and blast or whatever. So rule them out, and then. What else you got? So technically, some of I guess the West Indies and Australia thing happens after or before the MLC, something like that. There's some sort of crossover there. I think it's just before the MLC, because the MLC just released their first date. Yeah, MLC just released their date, so there could be some crossover there. But pretty much most of South Africans play in this league. Like they all play. Pretty much all South Africans play in this league. And it's just going to be mostly the English players missing out. I don't know if there's too many Indian players that play in the IPL, or if too many. There are a few Pakistani players that do play in the IPL. So
no, they don't. Which Pakistani players? They're not allowed in there, man.
There is a couple. I want to say someone Khan.
They're probably either English or probably Australian. Descent. They've probably given up their Pakistani citizenship, or else they're not allowed in IPL. Any Pakistani players.
No. MLC.
Long-time rule.
MLC.
Oh,
I think there was a couple.
Shaheen Afridi and Haris Rauf.
That's Rauf. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, a couple of them played in MLC, right?
Yeah. So those two guys, Zaman Khan, who's for Seattle Orcas.
Zaman Khan, yes. Zaman Khan.
And I think a few more. Ehsan Adil, who's an ex-Pakistan player who resides here in the U.S. Ahmad Azam, who's another one who's an all-rounder. So a couple guys, lingering around. They're Pakistan born, and they're coming here. Taylor Swift make Kansas City Chiefs the most hated NFL team. All right.
I'm pretty sure they probably still would have been the most hated even if it wasn't for her, but it definitely doubled down.
Big time, man. Big time. On that note, I think we've hit that hour on the mark. On the mark, we've hit it. So anything else you want to add for tonight, man? I think we've covered a lot.
Just solid. I'm just really looking forward to the IPL. Yeah, really looking forward to the IPL. Watching more of that. Dialing. I think it's a great league. I think one of the crowds is something that really get me going over here. Like the crowds are just insane. Like the size of them, they're all in one color. They're all supporting their home team.
It's the passion, man. The passion you see.
Yeah,
the passion of the game is
intense. That's what we want to bring to the US, is that kind of passion, and because I don't think you even really see that. You probably do see it in football, like college football. You see that kind of passion, but outside of that, I don't think you really get much.
I know exactly, man. That's why we gotta explore the culture. We gotta have our own identity. Who are we? What are we about? What is American cricket? Get to the bottom of the roots of it. And bring this multicultural beast that we have on our hands. Together to achieve what we can achieve, man. No, there's no reason why we can't be a cricket powerhouse. With all the kind of resources and things we have, and all we got to do is fix our intentions and get it right. Make sure we put USA cricket, American cricket at the forefront of decision making. Any decision that you take has to be in the benefit of American cricket, US cricket, and minimize the politics, minimize all that involvement and the noise, and go out there and achieve, guys. So that's the plan. Hopefully from the USA cricket's end, we got some elections, we got new updates coming on, so changes up on the horizon from that side, guys. So that was it for tonight. Make sure to check out our Reverse Scoop shop. Check out our membership sections. Also, we've dropped a new subscription on our Facebook pages as well. Take a look if you want to support youth cricket and cricket development at the grassroots level. Check out Adam pages on Instagram, on TikTok, and his YouTube channel as well, where he drops podcast episodes and gives his takes on his channel as well. So give him some love there. And until next week, Adam, Tuesday night, episode 29 will be back for Nabil Khan, Adam Bannon from the Reverse Scoop, calling it a night. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good night.
Cheers.